Well, hello YouTube. How you guys doing? Jared Fuller here. Today is Sunday, June 2nd, 2019. Today is my grandpa's 80th birthday. Today is also National Cancer Survivors Day. So if you're also a cancer survivor, congratulations. Joining me off camera this week, Dad and Amy. Well, Amy's in the bedroom. Dad is playing with a new slot machine that he purchased at an auction. So you can probably hear the chingy chingy ching sound in the background. But anyway, I am doing well. I had a wonderful weekend. If I cannot get too distracted by all that noise in the background. Oh, and Dad's joining us. Well, hello, Dad.
Hello there, people.
So my week was good. How was yours?
Mine is excellent.
Mine was good. I've been spending less time on Facebook, which makes it all the more better. This weekend, or over the weekend, past couple days, I've been busy. On Friday, I was at Ringwood Forest, went walking through the woods, and enjoyed the sights and sounds of nature. And yesterday, I was out on the beaches of Lake Michigan, out in Muskegon, and sitting at lakeside. I was in my van because it was really chilly standing out on the beach. And when I, stood outside and I got some pictures and I recorded some video, I also got inspired to write a new poem, which is called From Lake Michigan with Love. And I'll put together a video for that very soon. What I did was I recorded like 10 minutes of backdrop of the lake where the tides are rolling in, and then what I plan to do is just have the words of the poem overlapping the backdrop. So I'm going to do that, and I can't wait to share it with all of you and have that video up and running. But my weekend was pretty good. Today is an even better day. I'm just, like I said, I'm not really paying much attention to Facebook, if any at all. And that always really just makes everything better when you're not inundating yourself with things that upset you. But as far as the week is concerned, I had a pretty good week. Dad this morning had taken Grandpa, his dad, out to breakfast for his birthday. I can't believe my grandpa's 80 years old. He's my last surviving grandparent. All my other grandparents are gone. So Grandpa, I know Grandpa doesn't watch the videos because he probably doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have the internet at his house, so of course he's not going to know about this YouTube channel unless he's here or he's at my uncle's house, who has a computer and has YouTube and all that. He can access YouTube. So Grandpa, if you're watching this, I love you. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day today. And you're doing pretty good for being 80. Full head of hair, He wears a Federo hat and is it Federo? I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. Someone's going to correct me on this. I just know it. But I was at Ringwood Forest on Friday. I had received word that a warrior had passed away. He's from Illinois, or he was from Illinois. Just a young kid. He had Ewing sarcoma. And, I feel really bad about that. I give out my utmost sympathies and humble of apologies to his family. He was a sweet kid, and just like any other kid that dies, I mean, it's a tragedy, and I'm sorry that any family would have to go through that. You probably hear the noises in the background from that slot machine, but my condolences and my sympathies go out to his family. I did send him a bird shirt some time ago because I felt that he needed to smile, that someone needed to know that he needed to know that someone cared. So I had a bird shirt made for him, sent it to him. I was supposed to meet him, but his mom and I kind of had a disagreement. Well, she believed what she was told. That was really it wasn't a two-way disagreement. It was one-sided like usual. But I did send her son a bird shirt, and but now he's gone, and I'm sorry that he passed away. Just a young kid. It's a tragedy. But on that same day, I went to Ringwood Forest. I went walking through the trails at Ringwood, and it's always just comforting over there. If you understand nature, and if you know how to connect with nature, and you appreciate the sights and the sounds around you, then you'll understand nature to a T. As for myself, I went to Ringwood. I started walking through the trails, and then there were two big doe, and they saw me, and then they darted off. But I stopped and I kind of moved my head like this, like, I see you over there. You're so beautiful. You don't have to run. But they're wildlife, and wildlife, they react according to the laws of nature. If they feel threatened, they run. When someone is entering into their natural habitat, they feel threatened, they feel interrupted, and sometimes if they're not running away from you, they're chasing you. But I wasn't chased by anything in the woods. It was just a great time just to walk through the woods, and I had a bag of barbecue corn nuts with me. I like corn nuts. Those are very addicting. I was in Muskegon yesterday. I went to Ringwood Forest is in St. Charles. I went to Lake Michigan from Muskegon, and again, it was beautiful. The seagulls were out there, and just sitting in my van listening to the tide, rush to shore, and the sounds were just beautiful. And I'd written a poem, like I said. I was sitting in my van, and I had written a poem called From Lake Michigan with Love, and I'll get that video up as soon as possible. I came home last night, coming down I-96 from Grand Rapids, and we had a very heavy thunderstorm. A severe thunderstorm had come through, and it rained so hard I couldn't see. And I was almost tempted to pull off to the side of the road or put my four-ways on, but I just kept going. I was hoping just to be able to drive directly straight through the thunderstorm, but the rain would continue for miles and miles and miles. I was north of Lansing, and it was still raining by this time. Thunder, lightning, and lightning was striking close by. It was a pretty active day yesterday. We had on and off showers and thunderstorms, and we had some severe weather come through. No damage here, of course, but down in Battle Creek in Calhoun County in southern Michigan, they had golf ball size and tennis ball size hail. It was bad, and there were some widespread power outages. So it was an active day yesterday weather-wise, but as far as getting out and enjoying nature and just taking in the sights and sounds, it was awesome. My weekend was great. I don't know if Dad wanted to add anything because he's too busy playing with his slot machine. Dad,
Yeah.
are you going to come and join me for this?
Hold on.
He said hold on, so I'll take that as a yes. But here's the thing about nature, and this is what I absolutely love about nature. I've learned to love nature and to appreciate all that nature ensues. And I had this talk with Dad that when you go into the woods,
Yeah.
when you're around other wildlife,
Yeah.
and you can sit down or stand, whatever. When you're around wildlife, oh, he's going to join me.
Yeah.
Like, really join me this week. So when you're in the woods, right, when you're around nature, it's almost like there's a different civilization. Like, you detach yourself from the human.
You want to join the wildlife. You want to act like the wildlife and be out
It's
there and just
well,
do
not
what
so
they
much.
do.
No, not so much act like the wildlife. I think what I'm trying to get at is like it's a separated civilization from humans.
Oh yeah.
Because
You're out there, you're listening to the birds chirping and everything else. And
Because-
it just makes you feel, wow, this is cool. Just me.
it's
in the
just
woods.
relaxing.
Me in the woods.
There's not
Seeing
so much
nature.
noise.
Seeing nature.
Well,
Listening to nature.
there's not so much noise too. Like in our world, human beings, there is constant fucking noise. I mean,
Yeah.
there's noise that it's unnecessary to be heard, and that's
Right.
all we hear is noise. The hustle and bustle of politics,
Yeah.
and just trivial shit that nobody should care about. We hear about this every day. And, you know, people fight for their rights, and people should get to be people all the time. They should get to be themselves. But when you're in the woods, you just don't care about any of the, you know, the world is always going to have its problems, but when you detach yourself from the mix, when you remove yourself from all that, it's peaceful.
Your mind goes blank and you just...
It's peaceful. You have a peace of mind. You have peace in your heart.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get you to go over to Ringwood Forest.
Yeah.
You know, you and Amy should go over there. Just walk through the woods, you know, and just talk, and or just if you go by yourself, like if you ride your bike, just go by yourself and just, you know, they got benches in the woods, you know, like you can overlook the Bad River, and it's nice. I mean, we have woods out here, but you still get the noise from, you know, the neighbors and stuff. But Ringwood Forest is a big chunk of woods. You know, you can't hunt it because it's a national, or not a national park, it's a public park. But you can't hunt it.
Right.
And there's pavilions and playground equipment and stuff for the kids in the front of the property. But it's a different world when you're, you know, like if you go out in the woods, or if you go out on the shore, or on the lake shore, you know, of Lake Michigan. It's nice. It's just soothing and relaxing. But
give a loud shout out to Dad on his 80th birthday today.
yeah, I mentioned
Happy
that.
birthday, Dad. Love you.
I mentioned that at the top of the video.
80 years old.
And still with a full head of hair.
He got more hair than I do.
Yeah. And you've worn a hat. You've worn a hat for
My
years.
dad turned 80 today, and I'm 61.
And he wears a hat now.
And my brother's 62. Now
A
that's
fedora.
now.
That's what it is. A fedora. That's
Fedora.
what he wears. I kept saying
I
fedora
call
or
it a pimp hat, but
a
you know.
pimp hat. It's a fedora. I knew I was saying it wrong. I just
Take that
couldn't.
off, Dad, you look like a pimp.
Yeah.
With a suit and that fedora.
The fedora.
Suit jacket and his hat.
A fedora.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, Grandpa, and I hope you have a good day. And I want to take this time to remind everybody to visit GuideStar.org. GuideStar.org has a complete and comprehensive listing of all the 501c3 nonprofit organizations and LLCs mandated by the federal government. Hey, that's my dog, Scruffy.
Hey, buddy. What
That's my dog, Scruffy. Don't be duped.
Hey, Scruffy.
Visit GuideStar.org today.
Wave to the camera. Whoop. Hey, wave. What? Oh, you're going to give me a hug.
Aw. What you doing, Scruff?
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
What you doing, buddy?
What? Oh, crap.
So,
Let's do
yeah.
Set up here. Sit right here. Sit right here.
So how was your week?
Good.
How was your week, Scruff? Huh? How was your week?
Oh,
I love
Barbie,
you
I
too.
know I'm leaving you out, too.
I love you too, buddy. So you had a good week?
Oh, yeah.
Amy, she's in the bedroom.
Well, come here, Bart.
Miss Unsociable.
Come here, Bart. You want to get in there? Come here. You want to go outside? Hey, they got.
Oh, they want to go out.
Okay. Scruff.
They got to go
Bart, you
outside.
first. Okay, wait a minute.
So I'll wait until he's done. Hello. Oh, he shut the door. But yeah, it's been a good week. And like I said, I spend less time on this, and I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. It makes all the difference. You just find peace, you know, when you're not inundating yourself with this superficial rhetoric called Facebook and other forms of social media, inundating yourself with what everybody else is doing, and you just don't care. You know, you're too busy living life and experiencing things in the real world, if I can talk. You don't care so much about the fake world, you care more about the real world. And I catch flack for that a lot too, which, you know, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. And they say, well, Jared, but you use Facebook. Yeah, I keep my Facebook account open.
Come here, buddy. Come here, Scruff.
To keep in touch with people that want to keep in touch with me. And I also mentioned at the top of the video that today is National Cancer Survivors Day. I didn't know this. But I guess June 2nd of every year is National Cancer Survivor Day. So that would involve me. That would include me. I guess Dad's going to...
The head of town is actually just Pop.
Oh, okay.
Pop.
$2.19 plus deposit.
Yeah.
Pop went up. I was going to buy some Pepsi and Mountain Dew last night. $2.19 for a 1 2-liter bottle of Pop. I know 5-10 years from now I'm going to look back on this and it's going to be much more expensive, and I'm going to say to myself, Jared, you fucking fool. You should have got it at $2.19. Look how much it is now. But it was $1.99 plus deposit at Express, but now it's $2.19 plus deposit. Everything's, yeah, it should be, I think, $1.80 at Family Dollar or Dollar General. You're going to go, Amy?
Yeah, we're
So I'm going to be here all by myself.
And you watch your pews.
What?
Watch your P's and Q's, damn it.
You said watch my pews? There's no pews in here. I'm not sitting on a pew.
Don't be fucking swearing either.
No. Never a fucking issue.
Well, damn you.
But,
Fuck your dog. Fuck your dog.
okay, I'll see you in a few.
Alright. That's it. It's gonna be shit right out in the eye.
Bye. Bye. You know, that seems to be, and I talked about this last week and I think the week before, but there's just a lot of not so good things about Facebook. Like, I was having this discussion on Friday, because I got my check on Friday, and I was paying my car insurance, and I was talking to the lady who works there. We were talking about social media. We were talking about Facebook. And I said, I've outweighed the pros and cons. I said, there's more cons than pros. I said, the more I sit and look at it and the more I see everybody else acting just so selfishly. And I'm not talking about my friends on Facebook. I'm talking about people who are friends of my friends or people that my friends are following. These people act so ridiculously selfish. And I almost said it wrong. Ridiculously selfish. That's how they act. They think that the world revolves around them. Not my friends, the people that they're friends with and the people that they follow. It's those people. They think what they do in the world, nobody else can do it. A perfect example. Someone who's not a friend of mine, but maybe he shares like 10 or 11 mutual friends of mine on Facebook. He posted a picture, and the minute I talk about this, someone is going to know. They're going to know who I'm talking about. He posted a picture of a toddler who covered him up with his blankie. Somehow, he's so special. His blankie that belongs to the toddler, I guess he doesn't let anybody else touch his blankie. But for him, because he's so special, he's above and beyond everybody else. He's just so important. He's just like, oh my God, right? And he was touting about this on Facebook. And I'm just sitting here rolling my eyes like, are you serious? Like, do you think you're so important? Do you think you're so special? Do you think you can honestly put yourself above and beyond everybody else just because a toddler covered you up with his blanket? Guess what? You're nothing special. You're nobody different. I have cousins who are toddlers, and they have done the same thing. I could be at their house. I could sit on their couch in the living room, and like if I doze off and I just don't recognize that I doze off, I'll doze off. They'll go grab their blanket and they'll cover me up. You know what the difference is? I don't post about it on Facebook. I'm not special, to the point where I can do things that nobody else can. Or I have a certain effect on children that, it's like it's such a great big mystery, right? I mean, this is the kind of stupid, pretentious bullshit that I see on Facebook day in and day out. But when I'm on Facebook day in and day out, it's in small increments, like very tiny increments of time. I don't waste a lot of time on this anymore. Because the time that I waste here is time that I could be utilizing in the real world, like going on walks over at Ringwood Forest, going out to the lake and enjoying the water and the sound of the waves rushing to shore. The only thing other than that, which it's the same stupid shit every day. The only thing about when my friends are noticing this and they like it and love it and oh my God, and they share a lot of the posts, it's like, shouldn't he be so adored? No, he shouldn't. And this is what I'm talking about. I hate to call my friends ego strokers, but some of my friends are ego strokers. And I'm trying to nicely and civilly get that message across, that it's also my friends who are stroking the egos of these people who are so insecure about themselves that they have to post every little thing on Facebook. I'm sure, if you're a Facebook user, you get these types all the time, right? Like they need their validation from strangers to tell them how wonderful they are as people. Like they cast some kind of mystical spell over on people that nobody knows about, but man, they sure know how to win over your heart. Please, it's Facebook, for Christ's sake. Nobody should care about some toddler kid who covered you up with his blankie. Nobody cares. Nobody should give a damn, right? And that's what I'm talking about. It's just anything for attention. It's the same person who said, well, I'm not obligated to make sense to you. No, but you sure as hell were obligated to post about it. So, self-contradiction is not a virtue. It's no different than saying, well, I don't care if people don't like me. Obviously you do care, because you wouldn't have posted it. That is evidence in and of itself that you do care, because there would be no reason to post it if you genuinely did not care, right? Like today I posted something, as a matter of fact, I'll bring it up. I will bring it up and read it to you. Yeah, I like that one. Let me find it. Right here. This is what I posted. If being charitable by helping me requires you to brag about helping me, then I don't want your help. I refuse to partake in your dilemma of validation. And really, that's what Facebook is comprised of. It's this validation. It's the look at me, aren't I cute? And I was having this conversation with a very good friend of mine. She lives in Texas, and she's an advocate for DIPG. And we had talked about this, even out publicly. We've talked about this on my Facebook page, and it's always the me people, right? And it's the people who they use Facebook, the likes, loves, and shares, as a proverbial bandage to cover up their pain, whatever pain it is they're feeling. They use that to cover up the pain that they have. I understand that. I can get that. Like, you need to feel good feelings. But at the same time, that's a problem, because I don't depend on other people to make me happy. I have to go out and find my own happiness. If I'm feeling pain, it's my job, not anybody else's job. It's my job to find the things that make me happy. Detaching myself from egomaniacal, superficial bullshit is a good way to start. Because, again, like I said, when I'm on here and I see the same crap over and over and over again being played out by the same egotistical, egomaniacal, narcissistic, self-righteous people, it tends to make my skin crawl just a little bit. A little bit. And it's like, no, fuck this. I'm gone. I'm not going to look at my phone all day long. I'm wasting time. I'm burning up energy that I should be using on something else, like writing in my journal, writing a poem. I understand pain, and I understand how Facebook could be used to filter attention, to funnel attention from people to ease the pain. But you know what? It's not anybody else's job to make you happy. It is your job to do the things that make you happy. It's your job to go out there and find the things that make you happy. It's not the job of anybody else. It's your job. Now, if your ego is so fragile and delicate and massive that you depend solely on likes and loves and shares and this ego stroking, like, oh my God, you are just so amazing. It's such a wonder. It's so mystical how you can be so amazing. You depend on people like this. You have a serious psychological problem. I post things on Facebook, and I'm not saying everybody should be like me. I'm exposing the flaws of Facebook and how Facebook plays down on a person's psyche. Now, Facebook depressed me for a long time because I'm reaching out to friends. I felt like it was my only connection to the outside world. No, it's not. I have a fucking vehicle. If I want to go and visit people, I'll get in my van and I'll go visit people. I can visit my mother. I have family, lots of family around that I can talk to, that I can go visit. There's lots of people to see, lots of places to go, lots of things to do. And no one controls your happiness other than yourself. You have to make that decision. You can't depend on people to stroke your ego to make you feel good about yourself. And these are people that chances are good you've never met them before. Now, people are going to listen to me and they're going to think, oh, well, Jared is just retaliating for some reason or another. But here's the thing. Nobody ever sees it when I'm being provoked. You only see the retaliation, and you couple that as me being some kind of an aggressive asshole. There's two sides to every story. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know the kinds of things that people have done to me or said about me, which people are going to talk regardless. And I've recently discovered, after having been away from this, that I can't control what people say about me. I can never control that, but I can sure as hell control how I respond to it. And I'm as certain as I am that the people who are hating, they do it only for reactionary purposes. They want me to react or respond in a negative way. So that way, when they see me acting negatively, or they know that I'm responding in a way that's not so nice, they can use that against me and say, see, I told you Jared was so mean and hateful and spiteful. And no, actually, I'm not a mean, evil person like everybody portrays me to be. I was provoked. And the people who are still doing the same shit that they've been doing, and I could throw names out there, but I won't. They know who they are. And they have to live with that, knowing who they are. I can't control them. I can't stop them from doing the shit they're doing. But I can control how I respond to it. And by not responding is also a reaction. I'm living my life. I'm too busy out here living in the real world. Like, I don't care that people are mad at me. I don't care that people object to the fact that I write poetry for cancer kids. And then they want to put negative spins and say that I'm writing something provocative about their children, which I'm not. I never have. But how I respond to that, that's up to me. And they're doing this for reactionary purposes. because these people too have no life. Facebook exposes the psychological problems that we have, whether it be acceptance, whether it be boredom, whether it be, people who feel threatened or intimidated by other people because they've done more than this other person, and vice versa. Facebook exposes all of that. And it could very well be misconstrued as me being jealous or feeling threatened of the person that I had mentioned previously about the blanket. But it's not. It's far from that. I'm quite content with who I am, what I've done, in spite of the fact that there's one place I can't go back to anymore. That's not my fucking problem. I honestly pursued something, as in clarity, and they were very unprofessional and patronizing and could not provide an answer. So I don't have to deal with selfish dickheads anymore. I can just live my life. I can still raise awareness to childhood cancer. There's plenty of people who still want me to come to their house. I got people who want me to come back. As a matter of fact, I've been talking with a friend of mine through text message. There's a good chance, there's nothing written in stone, but there's a very good chance that I might be going to Louisiana in July, next month. But it would have to be after my birthday, of course. I'm saving up the money for the trip, for the ticket, because I'm going to fly down there, and they're going to show me around southern Louisiana. That's the plan. If something should come up where those plans fall through, then that's the way it is. So the hatred of people, they only do what they do, whether it be stoop so low as to lie about someone, or they feel so threatened. Like, he can talk about something that I can't, or he can do things that I can't. Well, as far as Facebook is concerned, to brag about things and think that only you can do what no one else can, you are full of shit. Because you can do anything you put your mind to. There's this top dog mentality on Facebook. And like I said, I understand pain, and a lot of the happiness that helps to heal that pain is funneled through validation of likes, loves, and shares. I totally get it. It feels good to be loved and accepted and appreciated. But let me fill you in on a little something here. I don't chase people. People can say, well, you're stalking me. No, you don't get to play the victim after having treated someone like shit. And you want to portray yourself as this beautiful, wonderful person, when in fact you were being an asshole, and you want to lie to everybody else and put on the show that you're just so wonderful and you're innocent. Bullshit. Now, and again, I've said this last week, I'll say it this week. If I was being wrong, if I was ever wrong in a way that you found to be questionable, email me. If I was nasty in a way that you would find, illegal or immoral, put it in a police report. It hasn't happened yet. I'll throw down the gauntlet every fucking week until something happens. But the fact that it hasn't happened yet, I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But a lot of things, especially when you look at a perceived notion of reality, which is Facebook, nothing will ever make sense. Because I think the problem is that we are too real, and Facebook is extremely fake. It is a false portrayal of reality. It is a false environment. And we are real people living in a real environment. We are invigorated by what's real and what's natural, what's true. And people love to think that Facebook is real, and it's not. It's only real as a platform. The platform's neutral. It's the people who use it. It's the people who weaponize it. To use Facebook as a way to heal some kind of pain that may be irreparable, I get it, but a lot of us get tired of seeing it. Well, then just block us or just don't look at it. Meanwhile, my friends are sharing and posting things that they post. I know where it's coming from. It's coming from a person who they only care. This person, they only care about my mutual friends when it's time to make everything about them. They are willing to use the children, my friends as kids, momentarily to make themselves look good. I've tried to point this out. I've even tried to smuggle in this idea. I've tried to sneak under the radar and to get people to understand this, to get my friends to notice what's going on. They see nothing wrong with it, or if they do see it, they just turn the other cheek. I'm not trying to get my friends angry with me, but, it's not about the people that you worship and grovel and revere. It's not about them. Oh, so a toddler, he doesn't let anybody have his blankie, but me, I'm just so special. Yeah, I don't think so. If your life is really this shattered and empty, that you have to post even the most minuscule, trivial things to make yourself feel better about yourself by having strangers compliment you and stroke your ego and like and love and share your Facebook posts, if this is the only kind of bandage that makes you feel better about yourself, I don't know what to say other than what a sad existence. And maybe you should reevaluate your life and try to figure out what's best. I'm not a counselor. I'm not saying I'm no expert at life. I don't know if there's such a thing as a life expert, because we all live and learn every day. Every day is a new experience. Every day is a new opportunity. Every day is a lesson learned. But exposing flaws, I think that's healthy, because once those flaws are exposed, we can move beyond it. We can learn, we can look at it from a distance and say, okay, I was wrong here. I fucked up. And I can work on correcting it. That's what it's about. Yeah, nobody cares. We can work on correcting it. We can work on, okay, I was wrong here. Let me correct that. I've been wrong about a lot of things. I mean, you can read things on Facebook, on my Facebook account now, and say, well, Jared, you've done this before. Yes, I did. Because if I'm posting in opposition to things that I've already done in the past, chances are that I've probably already done it, or if you know me well enough, you know that I've already done that. I've made that mistake, and it had taken me to make the mistake to learn. I didn't know it was a mistake at the time, but now that I have matured, I've had time to think and to reevaluate everything. You know what? I fucked up there. I made a mistake. So now I'm going to get on Facebook and in a nice way say, I made a mistake. I fucked up. And I did this before. I was wrong about this. I'm going to strive to do better. I don't want to make the same mistake twice. But some people, actually I should say most people on Facebook, they act like they're unteachable. You can't teach them anything. You can't tell them when they're wrong, when they've made a mistake. You can't get them to think about anything else. I mean, just recently I was told that I was being closed-minded because I didn't want to read a Bible passage or something that was biblical. And I told them that doesn't interest me. I want nothing to do. Oh, you're just closed-minded. There's a moral to the story. I'm not closed-minded. I'm just saying I don't believe in that stuff, and you're feeding it to me. You're telling me to read this because there's some kind of a moral to the story. I don't want to fucking read it because to me it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You can tell me without the need for all that other stuff. Just tell me, just make your point. State your case. And I don't know. People, and I've come to know that the more certain people say that I'm being closed-minded, it's the more intolerant that they are. And I'm not closed-minded. I'm open to anything. I'm open to anything that anybody has, but there are certain things that I've long since rejected. I've learned my lesson from past mistakes. And now looking back on those mistakes, when someone tries to present me with something that it may be new to them, but it's old to me, I tell them, I've already been there. I reject this. I've learned my lesson. Or you're just being closed-minded. No, I'm not, actually. Don't say I'm closed-minded if you don't know what I've been through. If you don't know that I've already lived the lesson and I learned. Don't say I'm being closed-minded. But Facebook is it's a problem in our society. It's a problem in our world. It's mind trickery. And I tried to have this conversation with a lady who works at my auto insurance company, and it wasn't an argument. We just had disagreements, but we still got along and we went about our day. And I wasn't looking to spark or ignite an argument between the two of us. I just told her that, Facebook is getting to be stupid anymore. I think it's always been stupid. It's for the birds. It's a pandemic that we use Facebook to puff up our lives and to try to, make our lives look so extraordinary. When in reality, our lives are fucking lousy. More lousy than I think people really care to put on. Facebook is a nice front. It's easy to orchestrate all of the high points of your life to make it look like your life is so perfect, so meaningful, so just flawless. You don't know half of the shit that these people go through. I deal with shit every day myself. But when I feel that coming on, I tell myself, not today. No, I'm getting out of here for a while. I'm going to drive. I'm going to go wherever the road takes me. Wherever I end up is where I end up. If I pass through a town, like a one-horse town, and they've got like a bar and a post office, I might stop at the bar and have a cold beer. And just sit and think and unwind. But most of the time, I'll go out into the woods, or I'll go to the lake and listen to the tide roll in. There's more to life than Facebook. And that friend of mine from Texas, we had that conversation about how people will use that proverbial bandage of likes, loves, and shares to mask pain. And she says, and she made a good point, she says, I wonder how we ever made it so far through life without Facebook before Facebook. Like, I'm a child of the 90s. We didn't have Facebook yet. How did we ever survive without likes, loves, and shares in the 90s and maybe perhaps generations before that? That's a very good question. It's thought-provoking. And my only response, which would make sense to me, is because now we have Facebook, it's easy for everybody to be seen and heard. Maybe not in the best way, because there's people who they think the world revolves around them and they can do no wrong. And if they do a good deed, they have to post about it to get their likes and their pats on the back and their kudos. And it's like, tell me that your life is not so horrible that you're using Facebook to mask the pain. Like I said, I've made that same mistake. That's why I'm so open to talking about this and to have those discussions, because I've already been there. I've made that same stupid mistake. Aren't I so cute? Aren't I so special? Bravo to me. Everybody just, just bow down to Jared because I'm so pristine. I'm so perfect. It's horseshit. I don't want people groveling at my feet. I don't want anybody holding me up as a messiah or as perfection or anything like that. Don't put me on a pedestal. There's too many people on Facebook who they think they belong on a pedestal, and a lot of my friends, and as much as I love them, and I'm not trying to get them angry with me, I'm not trying to get them upset with me, but they stroke ego a lot. They stroke the egos of these people who are just, they just think the world revolves around them. Even if they are trying to mask pain, my friends are not understanding that those people are only temporarily using you to make themselves look good. You're not hearing from them every fucking day. They don't text you. They don't email you. They don't make an attempt to call you. They don't message you. They have no contact with you at all. But somehow you care so much about them. You revere them. And another topic that got brought up at the car insurance place, it's amazing where conversations take off. But another piece of that conversation I had with the girl at the car insurance company, I told her, I said, I don't understand these people, like my friends. They seek validation and approval from people that they never fucking hear from. Never. Well, it might not make sense to you, but that's just how some people are. No, the point is it shouldn't make sense to anybody. If I revere someone who's not a celebrity, by the way, I'm going to put that out there because there's no celebrity in childhood cancer. It's horrible. And people are trying to make this into some kind of a celebrity thing because they're always putting out false portrayals of childhood cancer and so on and so forth. There's no celebrity in childhood cancer. There's just people who are thrown into very extremely horrible circumstances, me being one of them. And childhood cancer or not, if a motherfucker ain't going to give you the time of day and you repeatedly make time for them, there's a problem there. There's a flaw, a huge flaw. And I try so hard, and maybe a little too hard, and I'll admit that. Maybe I try too hard. But in a nice way, I try to explain to my friends, you are giving these people so much of your time when they can't even make time for you. Now, what's up with that? I mean, oh, well, they do such wonderful things and they're such good people. According to Facebook, because all you see are the good things. All you see is the self-promoting and the gloating and the narcissism and the massive ego. That's all you see. These people don't have, the people that you're revering today, they never have deep, meaningful conversations with you like I have. However, you don't see me gloating about having those conversations with you because the validation is the self-validation, which I keep talking about. The validation is inside. Facebook can't give that to you. And I try to tell people this all the time. Facebook cannot give you the things that only you can feel in your heart. It can only be felt inside. Facebook can't give you that. Oh, well, I read a poem and it made me cry, or I watched a video, it made me cry. It happens. I watch videos on Facebook that kind of bring tears to my eyes. Yes. But at the same time, I have to remember, it's Facebook. Everything on Facebook is reactionary. It's 95% textual and maybe 5% video, like between video and memes and graphics, it's like maybe 5%. It's mainly textual. But there's too much overplaying on Facebook. If my cousin hands me a blanket and he covers me up, I'm not going to then take a selfie and say, and by the way, I hate the word selfie. I'm not going to take a picture of myself with the little kid and say, I don't know, man. There's just something about me. I'm just so wonderful. I'm just so great that, I don't know, I radiate love from children. See, deep down, I know this. Like, whenever I go to my cousin's house, my cousins run up to me all the time and cheer, 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 and they want me to pick them up. They want me to love on them, and I do. But that's again, you feel that in your heart. Like, I don't need to put it on Facebook I don't need to extend this to strangers on Facebook to, well, there's no way he's going to lose because he's always winning. He never loses. He always wins. Well, let me tell you something. Everybody on Facebook has lost something. And if we haven't lost something, there's something we have given up. So let that be a lesson, because we all, like I said, we've either lost something, that was out of our control. We've lost something, or we've given something up. Everybody loses. That's a part of life. But you don't get to cover up and mask the hurt of the loss by depending on people to stroke your ego for you. And the less time I spend on this, the happier I am. It sucks that, not all of my friends have my contact information. I put it out there so as many people can get it as possible. I want people to still keep in contact, even if I'm not on Facebook. If I decide to temporarily deactivate my account, I still want people to stay in touch. Because Facebook is not the only place where I want people to be able to reach out to me. My cell phone, my email address. I want people to be able to talk to me and react to me, or not react to me, reach out to me. And I want those connections and those avenues to be opened. And they are. But I'm not going to play this game where, okay, let's engage in stroking egos of people who are broken inside and they need for us to make them feel better about themselves. That's Facebook, and it's bullshit. Absolute garbage. I'm sorry that people are so insecure about their own lives that they have to go to Facebook to feel better about themselves. They're not going to use me to make themselves feel better. If you really care about me and want to reach out to me, you know how to do it. I'm not a hard person to find. And I'll do the same. I'll reach out to you. I always reach out to my friends as often as I can. I mean, I'm not the best at it. I'm not perfect at it, but I make an attempt. I try. But I'll be damned if I'm going to sit on Facebook and, he gave me his blanket. Aren't I so cute? No, you're not. There isn't anything that you can do that nobody else has done or can do. Excuse me. You're nothing special. You're not above anybody else. And I know as much as that hurts your pretty little feelings, get the fuck over it. You're not the person. You never were. You never will be. It's got to stop. And my friends, as much as I love them, you got to stop stroking egos. You got to quit giving people what they desire. You have to. If it means, there's my friends, they revere people who never give them a time of day because, they need to feel accepted, or they need to feel validated, or they need to feel something. So then I would have to ask, what am I? What are your other friends? What, do we just chop liver? That we can't do what this great one over here can do. The epitome of greatness is with this guy and fuck everybody else. No. That's not how it works. I try to live the most intrepid lifestyle possible. It's not easy. And of course there are some limitations. There are some exceptions that have to be made. But I try to live the best life I can. I enjoy nature. I've taken a liking to nature just recently. I've been writing in my journal. I've written a lot in my journal. And I'm just trying to live the best life that I can. And so far, I think I'm handling things rather maturely. And sometimes the truth is going to hurt you. You're going to hear things or see things that they're going to upset you. A lot of things upset me too. Narcissism on Facebook is one of them. It's got to stop. And I could sit here all day and say it's got to stop. It's not going to stop just because I say it has to. Everybody has to collectively partake in this overcoming of, you know what, it's not about you constantly. You want to be the center of everybody's attention, but it's not about you. Get the fuck over yourself. And I know I said a lot, but it kind of gets annoying after a while. And those of us who help people, actually help people, we don't do it for Facebook moments. We don't do it for kudos. We don't do it for the validation and the, you know, we don't view other people as opportunities to make ourselves look good. We just don't do that. We help people because at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do. We should always help somebody in need. If, you know, and I kind of put this out there too, timing is everything. If I'm at the right place at the right time and someone is in need of help and I'm the only person available with the proper resources that are required to help that individual, I'm going to help them with the resources I have. Whether it be use of a cell phone, whether it be, you know, you can sit in my van, I've got a case of water in the back. If you're broke down, you can sit in my van with me. We can drink bottles of water or pop or whatever. We can listen to the radio. We can wait for the wrecker service or someone to come and get you. But I'm not going to plaster it all over Facebook and say, well, this is why I'm special. This is why I'm above and beyond everybody else. And it's as if nobody else in the world will ever do anything like this. This is what I do because there's something about me that's like totally and completely special and different apart from the rest of the fucking world. I don't have an ego, right? Like I can help people all day long and that's just who I am. But see, it only counts when you actually do it. And another thing that, the problems are just one after the other with Facebook, but this problem in particular, another issue that I had stumbled across is that, well, nothing matters if it's not on Facebook. Again, absolute bullshit. It doesn't matter if it gets on Facebook. Well, if it's not on Facebook, it didn't happen. Fuck you. Go to hell. It did happen. If I help somebody in the world and neither one of us want to put it on Facebook, we came to a mutual agreement not to post about it on Facebook, it doesn't mean that it didn't fucking happen. We just don't want our ego stroked. We're not so insecure that we got to find happiness by depending on other people to stroke our egos for us. That's what I'm getting at. And Facebook is, I'm telling you, Facebook, I knew it right from the get-go. Something told me that when all the social media shit started to come out into fruition, that this was going to be more problematic for society than anything else there is in the world. It's going to become its own pandemic. And every day just illustrates my point. It drives that point home every time. People aren't happy unless they're being validated on this fake, superficial rhetoric called social media. Like, why? I mean, live the real world. Get out there and live. Do things. Plant a fucking garden. Take a walk in the woods. Go out to the lake. Enjoy the finer things in life. We have got to get back to where we were as human beings before we started to let the social media shit get to our heads. We got to get back to where we were as people. That's never going to happen. Because when you strip away Facebook and all these people who have been causing problems with one another, and I see drama on Facebook a lot. So when you strip away Facebook, you don't have that platform that you can hide behind. You can't use Facebook as a smokescreen anymore because now you actually have to face those people. And now you have to own up face to face. And the simple fact that you avoid them is evidence of the fact that Facebook, not only is it a fake environment, but it is a smokescreen for drama and bullshit and gossip. Because those people wouldn't say the shit to your face. Anybody can talk a good game behind Facebook. I mean, I can sit here and talk about the same shit for whoever knows how long. But that's a problem that we have. We have many problems. I've been here for over an hour, and that's my problem. I've been here just blabbering. But I've been spending less time away from Facebook. I mean, I'm still there. My account's still open if you want to, do a search. Okay, fine, whatever. But I'm probably out in the real world doing real world shit, which belongs in the real world. You can't bring real world shit to superficial, rhetoric. It just doesn't work. But through all that blabbing and all that insight, I've been doing pretty good. Like I said, the week has been really good. My weekend has been fantastic. It was everything I was hoping it would have been, minus the inclement weather, the thunderstorms and the rain. But it's been fantastic. It's been a wonderful week. My grandpa turned 80 today, and today is National Cancer Survivors Day. So it's all good. Everything's good. I'm doing fine. I've been in a better happy-go-lucky mood recently. People think I'm on drugs or I'm drinking or whatever. No, I haven't. I haven't inhibited any kind of, because I'm not into drugs. I don't do drugs. I drink a beer once in a while. In fact, I had a beer last night when I was at my Uncle Tim's house. So it's, just get out there in the real world, live life. And if you can do this, you don't have to put your life on social media. That's why I think a lot of people have gotten rid of it. They've cut it out of their lives. Because it's like a monkey on your shoulder. Like a ball and chain, like, can I just live my life? It's like Facebook is like a probation officer in which I have to report every fucking time I do something. Well, if I do this, gotta put it on Facebook. If I say this, gotta put it on Facebook. I gotta do this, and this, but I'm only gonna do it for Facebook notifications. I'm not gonna do it to live in the moment. I posted pictures and a couple of videos of my trip to Lake Michigan yesterday. Maybe that was, that's where I fucked up. Maybe that's where I went wrong. But I'm not bragging about going to Lake Michigan. I'm bringing the sights and sounds of Lake Michigan to the people who don't live in Michigan. If you don't know what Muskegon looks like or Lake Michigan or wherever I'm going to, if you don't know what that looks like, well, let me bring it to you. Let me give you a sense of what Lake Michigan is and how beautiful it is. It's probably no different than any other beachfront that you've ever been to. There's lighthouses. There's car ferries. We have a car ferry, from well, there's a car ferry in Muskegon. There's a ferry in Ludington. Excuse me. We have all that stuff here. But just to show my friend, I mean, I could very well text this shit to my friends, but I don't know. Facebook seems to be convenient. See, and that's the point I'm trying to make. It's all about convenience. And I think people are getting a little too comfortable with using Facebook for ego stroking. It's comfortable to them because they have to feel like they're, they have to feel like they're the top dog and everything. You're not. You're just another person. You do good things to help kids? Great. So have I. I still do. But I don't feel the need or the desire to plaster it all over Facebook. I don't need your validation. I have validation here. That's why I do it. It's right here in my heart. That's why I do the things I do. Again, I'm not saying everybody should be like me, but at the same time, I'm saying, you know what? You're grown. Get a fucking grip. Get a better hold on your life because, there's things, well, my life was so weird. I don't understand. I don't get it. Please. You're not foreign to reality. You're not some kind of a star that fell out of the sky and here you are on planet Earth and gee, I wonder how it could ever be that I'm so wonderful. It's silly. It's just plain silly. I don't know. But anyway, I've been here for over an hour and I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Dad and Amy, I'm guessing they're back now. They've been gone for over an hour, I think, or at least maybe 45 minutes. But I'm going to spin out of here. I'm going to get this video edited and uploaded to my channel. So, much love to all of you. Grandpa, happy birthday. I hope you had a good day. I hope you enjoyed breakfast this morning with Dad, and I think he said Uncle Danny, and I think they're back now. I think Dad and Amy, they're back now. Because the dogs are barking and I heard a door shut, so I think they're back. I'll wait a minute to see if they come walking through the door. It takes them a minute. Oh gosh. Or I can just get up and look. I mean, yep, they're back. Yeah, they're back. They're back. I'll wait for them to come in so Dad can say goodbye, and Amy if she wants to, although she wasn't included in the video this week. I'm just getting ready to wrap up the video. I'll take my Pepsi. Oh, well, shit. Oh, it got dark. Well, thank you. Pepsi. Oh, you're going to Saginaw? Oh, she's leaving. She ain't going to want to see me. She ain't going to want to see me. Because. But did you guys want to say bye before I wrap this up?
Peace out, everybody.
Hey, you want to say bye too, Scruff? Man, it's getting dark. Because that door's open, it's giving off light. Barkley, you want to say bye? Arf! Give me an arf. Give me an arf.
What? What do you want?
All right, guys. Have a good week. I'm out of here. Dad say goodbye.
See ya.
Till then, much love and peace out. Take care. Bye. Spinning out.